hot wire a car just by popping the hood and just hitting the wire across there. And my drunk ass one night used a coat hanger because I didn't have any insulated wire. All I had was a piece of coat hanger. And man, I put that across there while I was holding it, and it burnt the living shit out of my fingers.
Well, that's why you're supposed to keep a screwdriver in the Ford.
Okay. Yeah, well, I didn't have that either. And maybe there was, but man, I used. Oh my God, did that hurt?
Yep, I've jumped plenty of them solenoids, man. Always kept an old Craftsman flathead screwdriver, you know, about an 8 or 10 inch shaft. Works the best.
Yeah, but not only that, anything with a solenoid, you know. Like a winch. I got a 9,000-pound winch on my gooseneck trailer and on my truck as well. And I'm telling you, you don't want to. It's got 4 solenoids on it, and you don't want to stick your hand. You don't want to try to jump one of them with anything that ain't insulated.
Yeah, speaking of which, I need to replace the boots on mine. They're starting to dry rot.
I lost the boot on the one I got on the gooseneck when I went to pick one of my buddies up off of the Howard Franklin Bridge. I plugged my control thing in, you know, it wouldn't work. I'm like, what the heck? And that's what it was. And those little prongs in there got dirty, and it was, man. But I got it. I jammed her in and out enough times to clean it up enough to get it going. But after that, we put a rubber cap on that bad boy and some dielectric grease and cleaned it all, and it works perfect now.
Yeah, I gotta replace my rope too. I gotta roll it out. I haven't, since last time I used it, I haven't rolled it out and retensioned it. It's not necessarily important as it would be with like metal, steel cable, but I've got the rope, the synthetic rope, so I don't think it's as important, but it's getting to that age. It's almost 3 years old, and I gotta hook it to the tow hook on my wife's Jeep and run it out as far as it goes, so well, keeping at least 2 wraps around the spool, but pull it back and see if it's still strong or if it's going to start to fray.
Yeah, all my buddies got whatever that rope is on them, but I like it because, you know, in the woods and stuff, but on my truck and my trailer, I got cable. I mean, good cable too, and I make sure it stays in good shape, and I'm not pulling sideways and stuff, you know.
Yeah, my biggest concern using metal out in the woods, you know, whatever, the steel cable is it doesn't lose its energy if it snaps or if a hook breaks or something. It's coming back at you both directions, you know, and that shit'll kill you. The synthetic line, once it snaps, it rapidly loses its energy at the spot of the snap, and if it does hit you, chances are you'll survive it. Yeah, I don't play around with that steel cable, man. When I was in the Army, I watched a friend of mine get his arm taken off at the elbow because the cable snapped, and it just like whipped across there, and he was like put his arm up to block it, and he turned his head and it took his arm off. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, believe me, I know. I've seen some boys, and now this is pulling though, you know, with a truck. They had like a 1-inch. I can't remember what kind of rope it was, but anyway, it was a 1-inch rope, about 80 feet of it, and they had it hooked to the bumper, and we hollered. He said, "Hey," I told him, we all hollered up, said, "Hey man, don't hook that trailer ball," and he didn't. He went underneath the bumper on it was an old Ford truck, old square Ford bumper, and hooked it up. Said, we got it now, you know. And the dum-dum, I said, man, get back. If that bumper don't stay on that truck, it's going to hurt you bad, you know. It might even kill you. And, oh, no, you know, this guy, he's, you know, he gets out of the way, but he don't get out of the way like we did. And when my buddy took off with that Ford he had and jerked that bumper right off the truck, it broke both the boys' legs right there in the mud hole. I was like, yeah. I didn't say nothing, but, you know, we called an ambulance and got him toted off.
Yeah, you got to get up on that frame when you're going to do that kind of stuff, man. That's another thing a lot of people off-roading do now. They use those, what the hell, those, they're like bungee cords, man. I don't understand why people use those kinetic ropes. That's what they are. It's nothing more than a damn bungee cord, man. The people have got to stop using those damn things. They are dangerous as hell.
Yeah, that's a little much there, but the rope we had, it wasn't stretched like a bungee rope like you're talking about, but it stretched enough to, because the guy was only 20 feet from where his bumper come off, and he's lucky, very lucky it didn't cut his legs off. But anyway, that's just a story. I can tell. I got a bunch of them where people were. But what we always did when we used steel cable, because before they started using the nylon on these winches in the woods, we always took a rope. I always had a long rope anyway. We laid it over the cable, That way, at least if it broke, it would take it down.
Yeah, sandbags work. Anything that you can put on there with weight, to put some rocks in it or whatever, and weigh it down, so when it reaches that, the energy will drop it, and they ain't gonna go flying. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, those kinetic ropes, though, it's like a slingshot, man. People don't know how to use them, and they think, all right, well, we're gonna put this on this and this, and we're gonna punch the gas, and when it reaches its end, it's going to draw tight, and then yank you back. And it's like, yeah. And what happens is, those things are disposable. You can't use them but maybe 2 or 3 times. And yet these mo-frackers will use them time and time again, and then eventually they snap, and they can't understand why it takes out their back window or their tailgate or just... Yeah, no, I hate those things. Regular tow rope, tow strap, synthetic line, and do a direct pull, not a slingshot pull. I hate those things.
I hear you. I seen a trailer ball go through. Luckily, not luckily, it was bad, but it didn't hurt or kill nobody. But it went right through the back window and right through the front window, and they never recovered it. And then I seen another one where it went right through all the way, and I'm talking about an old truck, not a new aluminum truck like they got now. Went right through the tailgate and right through the front of the bed and lodged between, when it went through that one, it lodged between the bed and the cab. So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, there was a big thing, I think it was last year, I don't know where they were, but it was a guy and his family, and he got stuck, and somebody hooked the thing up to a tow ball on the other truck, and that tow ball snapped off and came flying back, busted through the windshield, and hit the dude right in the square in the head and took his head off and killed him right in front of his family. Yeah, that's just, tow balls, man. People are so stupid.
No, I won't even hook to anybody, even if I'm winching them out, unless it's got a pin shackle and a spot to hook it to, So, anyway, that's just me, though. I've seen, I could just keep going. I can go on and on about things that I've seen and we've done. But we got people get back. I mean, get away, get back.